So we want to do number 6 and 17.1, which is find a parameterization. I can never say this word anyway. For this parabola segment. Okay. All right. Thoughts? What do you do?
Well, you can figure out its
initial, I don't know, point.
Okay. If I do the initial and the final point, I'm going to get all. All right. Well, let's write down the points anyway. So how about this point here?
0, 0.
Okay, so it starts at 0, 0, and it goes to
2, 2.
2, 2. And it's supposed to be a parabola, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what's a parabola look like in general? They were whiny, it was hot.
What?
They were whiny that it was hot, so here we are.
Okay, yeah, I went all the way down there.
I bet you're warm from your hike now.
Yeah.
All right, so what's a parabola look like in general?
A U.
Okay, what's a formula for a parabola look like in general?
X squared is 1.
Okay, so they look like y is ax squared plus bx plus c,
Yeah.
maybe? Yeah. Really think maybe y of x, right? Yes? With me?
Yes.
Quadratic? Okay. Now, what do I know about this quadratic?
It's part of
X is 2, y is 2. It's all positive x.
when x is 2, y is 2.
Okay, so when I plug 2 in for x, right, I get 2 out for y. And when I plug 0 in for x, I get 0 out for y. You guys see that? Okay, so 0 should be what you get for plugging 0 in.
So it's plus C.
Okay, that tells me c is 0 pretty quickly. Cool. Now, what else?
Well, you
Same thing with 2.
Do the same thing with 2, right? So 2 is 4a plus 2b. Uh-oh.
Fractions.
So, what do you learn about this?
You need one more point if we're going to do it this way.
Yeah, you definitely need another point if you're going to do it this way. Did they give us one more point?
They give us a direction.
Yeah, they give us a direction. They don't really tell us anything about this thing, right? I should probably assume that this guy here is the bottom of the parabola though, right?
Yeah.
You guys see that? This guy's the bottom of the parabola. Then what do I know about B?
Negative 2, 2.
Yeah, okay, so I know it goes through a point negative 2, 2, right? Because it'll be symmetrical. Okay, so we can plug that in. So that'd be 2 is 4a minus 2b.
Solve for 1
Perfect. If I just add these together, I'll get 4 is 8a. So a is 1/2. And so b is 0, I think.
Yes.
I could have eyeballed that from assuming that 0, 0 is this middle of the vertex of the parabola, because I know it's not shifted sideways, right? That's really where that b would come from. Okay, so I found out my y, my function of x, is 1/2 x.
Squared.
Thank you. Squared. Okay, now what?
Parameterize x.
Yeah, okay. So what do you want to call your parameterization?
T.
T.
Oh no.
Let x
I called it T. I think this wasn't what Dom meant, but I'm
Yeah.
going with it.
Okay, sure.
So I'm going to call the verb
Ish.
parameterization t. It's going to be, x is going to be my time variable, right?
Yeah.
And then what's x in terms of x?
X.
X. And what's y in terms of x?
1/2 x squared.
Perfect. There's parameterization. Another perfectly valid one would be, call it parameter p for parameterization, or p for parabola of t. If I wrote it as p of t, what would my formula be?
T and then 1/2 t squared.
Perfect. You guys all playing along with that? Okay. And of course, there's lots more options, right?
Yeah.
There's lots of ways to do this. You could, of course, change the time scale or something. All of those would be fun. So when you look in the back of the book for these, they all say something like, this is one of many possible answers. Cool. Questions, thanks.